Have you ever felt like the world is moving faster than you can keep up with? Like everyone wants something from you right now, and even the small things begin to feel too heavy to carry? The phone buzzes, the emails pile up. Someone cuts you off in traffic, and suddenly your chest tightens and your breath shortens. You know it's not the end of the world, but your body reacts like it is. And somewhere inside, a voice says, "You need to calm down." But how? Calm isn't something you stumble upon. It isn't something you buy or something someone can hand you. Calm is built, it's trained, it's chosen over and over again. And the truth is, staying calm doesn't mean you're emotionless. It means you're in control of your response. It means you've stopped outsourcing your peace to the behavior of others or to the chaos around you. It means you've decided that the storm may rage outside, but it doesn't get to live in you. So how do you begin? Start with the breath, that quiet ancient rhythm that most of us ignore until it's gone. In moments of stress, your breath is the first thing to betray you. Shallow, tight, erratic. And yet, it's also the first tool you can reclaim. A single deep breath won't fix everything, but it creates a pause. And in that pause, there's space. In that space, there's choice. And in that choice, there's power. Practice taking one intentional breath when things begin to spiral, not to escape the moment, but to fully enter it, to witness yourself before you react. That breath won't always make you feel better, but it will anchor you, and over time, it becomes a habit. Your mind begins to trust that it doesn't have to panic, that there's a deeper current underneath the noise. And while we're here, let's talk about silence. We live in a world that's afraid of it. We fill every moment with noise, scrolling, talking, watching, reacting. But silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. Calm lives there, not in the shouting match, not in the group chat, just there in the stillness you've been avoiding. Try spending a few minutes each day with no distractions, no phone, no music, just you, sitting quietly. At first, it may feel uncomfortable, like withdrawal. Your mind will race. You'll want to check something, do something, but if you stay with it, something shifts. The world doesn't feel so urgent. The thoughts start to slow. And in that silence, you begin to hear what truly matters. It's not about meditating on a mountaintop or lighting candles in a perfectly clean room. It's about creating little pockets of peace in the middle of your ordinary life. Washing the dishes slowly, walking without your headphones, sitting on a bench and watching the wind move through the trees without needing to take a picture of it. Calm doesn't come when everything's perfect. It comes when you no longer require perfection to feel at peace. And ironically, once you stop demanding calm from the outside world, you start to experience more of it inside you. Another piece of this puzzle: expectations. Most of our frustration comes not from what happened, but from what we thought was supposed to happen. That person was supposed to understand you. That plan was supposed to work out. That day was supposed to go smoothly. But life isn't supposed to be anything. It simply is. The more tightly we cling to how things should go, the more chaos we feel when they don't. So try loosening your grip. Expect less from others and more from yourself. Not in the harsh, demanding way, but in the sense of self-responsibility. Let others be who they are and decide who you want to be in response. That's where your power lives. Not in controlling the world, but in mastering your response to it. You don't need to raise your voice to be heard. You don't need to win every argument to be strong. You don't need to always be right to stay grounded. Sometimes the calmest person in the room is also the most powerful, because they've made peace with what they can and cannot control. And here's something people rarely say out loud. Being calm doesn't always feel good. Sometimes it means sitting with discomfort instead of escaping it. Sometimes it means not texting back, not taking the bait, not reacting the way you used to. It can feel unnatural, even weak. But it's not weakness, it's discipline, it's restraint. It's choosing not to let your emotions drive the car, even when they're yelling from the back seat. And over time, people will notice. They may not say it, but they'll feel it. Your presence will feel safer. Your words will carry more weight. Your decisions will seem steadier, because calm isn't loud. It's steady. It's unshakable. It's earned. You won't get there overnight. But every time you pause before reacting, every time you return to your breath, every time you choose presence over panic, you're building a calm that the world can't take from you. And once you begin to build that inner stillness, you might notice something else. How often the world tries to steal it from you, not out of malice, but out of habit. There will always be someone rushing you, provoking you, misunderstanding you. The emails won't stop. The deadlines won't wait. The noise of the world won't quiet down just because you decided to. And that's okay. The goal isn't to escape life. It's to meet life with a different energy. When something upsets you, the instinct is to fix it, solve it, push it away. But sometimes the wiser move is to simply observe it, to let it pass through you without attaching to it. Not everything requires your reaction. Not every problem needs your immediate fixing. Some things solve themselves when left alone. Others are simply not yours to carry. When you begin to approach life with this kind of emotional economy, choosing where you invest your energy, you begin to notice how much you are giving away for free. Arguing over things that don't matter, reacting to people who aren't listening, chasing outcomes you can't control, it's exhausting and unnecessary. Instead, you learn to ask yourself one quiet question before responding to anything. Will this matter tomorrow? Or even better, does this deserve my peace? Because calm isn't passive, it's selective. It's knowing that your peace is valuable and not everyone or everything deserves access to it. And when the pressure builds, as it always does, try stepping back before stepping in. Sometimes we're too close to the fire to see the full picture. We're reacting from fear, from habit, from urgency. But distance gives you clarity. Take a walk. Breathe slower. Say nothing for a moment. Give the moment space to breathe before you do. Because the calmer you are, the more clearly you can think. And the more clearly you think, the less likely you are to say or do something you'll regret. And here's a powerful reminder. You are not your emotions. You feel anger, but you are not anger. You feel stress, but you are not stress. Emotions are visitors. They show up, often uninvited, and they pass through if you don't give them the keys to your house. You are the host, not the guest. You get to decide who stays and who goes. This is where journaling or even silent reflection can be so powerful. Just sitting with your emotions, asking them questions. Why are you here? What are you trying to protect? You'd be surprised how much clarity arrives when you stop trying to push your feelings away and start getting curious about them instead. Often, beneath the anger is hurt. Beneath the stress is fear. And beneath it all, a quiet voice just wants to be heard and soothed. You don't have to fight it. Just sit with it. Breathe through it. Let it move without becoming it. And then act with calm intention. That might mean speaking more slowly than you feel like. It might mean saying, "Let me get back to you," instead of rushing to reply. It might mean doing one thing at a time instead of frantically trying to do 5. Calm is often found in the small moments, in pacing yourself when the world is speeding up. And when people try to drag you into their storm, don't feel obligated to attend. Just because someone is angry doesn't mean you have to be. Just because someone wants to argue doesn't mean you owe them a debate. You can set boundaries without raising your voice. You can say no without guilt. You can walk away without explanation. You are not responsible for managing everyone else's emotions, only your own. That's not selfish. That's healthy. That's necessary, especially in a world where overstimulation has become normal. Calm people aren't checked out. They're just tuned in to a quieter frequency. And over time, you begin to find that calm isn't something you reach for only in crisis. It becomes a way of living. You move slower, but more deliberately. You speak less, but with more weight. You react less, but respond more wisely. And people will feel it. They may not know what's different about you, but they'll want to be around it. Because in a noisy world, calm is magnetic, not dramatic, not flashy, just steady, peaceful, clear. What you'll begin to notice as calm becomes a lifestyle, not just a momentary escape, is that your relationship with time changes. You're no longer rushing through life as if it's something to conquer. You're moving through it as if it's something to witness, to savor. And in that slowing down, something extraordinary happens. You start to see clearly what truly matters. That text that didn't get a reply, it no longer feels urgent. The traffic jam, just more time to breathe. The rude comment, it bounces off you instead of breaking you. You don't become indifferent. You just stop bleeding for everything. And in that space, you begin to make better choices. Not out of pressure, but from presence. Calm people are not people who have fewer problems. They're simply people who've decided not to become every problem they face. They've stopped identifying with the storm. They've chosen stillness, not because it's easy, but because it's wise. But let's be honest, calm isn't always graceful. Some days it means catching yourself mid-reaction and walking away. Some days it means feeling the anger rise in your chest and choosing not to speak until it fades. It's not about being perfectly serene. It's about doing your best to stay grounded when everything around you is trying to shake you loose. It helps to have anchors, simple grounding rituals that return you to yourself. A morning breath before the day begins. A quiet cup of tea without the noise of screens. A walk where you let your mind settle, not race. You're not escaping reality. You're strengthening your presence within it. You also begin to change your expectations. Life won't always be fair. People won't always be kind. Plans will fall apart. But peace isn't found in a life without struggle. It's found in how you meet the struggle. You stop expecting everything to go smoothly. You begin preparing your mind to face what comes, not what you wish would come. And that mental shift is powerful because now challenges don't throw you off center. They reveal how deeply you've rooted yourself. If you expect life to be messy, but you commit to staying calm anyway, you're already winning. And when you do stumble, because of course you will, you're human, you forgive yourself quickly. Calm isn't about perfection. It's about returning. Again and again. Returning to breath, to clarity, to silence. Every time you choose that return, you strengthen it. And here's where calm becomes contagious. Your children, your partner, your friends, they notice the shift. Not because you preach it, but because you live it. You model a different way to exist in the world, one that doesn't feed off drama or noise, one that isn't trying to prove something or chase something or fix everything. You become a mirror, a reminder that there is another way to be. And over time, this calm begins to affect your health. Your sleep improves, your digestion settles, your blood pressure lowers, your thoughts become more ordered, your heart a little less restless. You begin to feel deep down that you are safe within yourself. And that might be the most powerful feeling of all. You are no longer trying to control the world. You're learning to command yourself. You stop saying, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "How can I meet this moment with strength?" And that's the shift. That's the doorway to the life you've always wanted. Not a life free of pain, but a life where your peace no longer depends on the external, where your reactions are no longer dictated by chaos, but by your commitment to clarity, where you are no longer pulled in 1,000 directions, but rooted deeply in the one that matters, inward. Because at the end of the day, the storms will come, but they don't have to live inside you. Think of the sea. On the surface, waves crash, winds howl, and storms rage. But deep beneath, the ocean is still. It doesn't panic with every gust of wind or rush to match the sky's fury. It simply remains, quiet, immense, unmoved. That's the kind of calm you're building. Not the kind that hides from conflict, but the kind that can sit with it and not be consumed. You're not trying to erase emotion. You're learning not to be ruled by it. And that shift, though subtle, is everything. It means you can pause before reacting. You can choose not to match someone else's chaos. You can listen without needing to respond. You can hold space not just for others, but for yourself. Because calm isn't just about how you treat the world. It's about how you treat your own mind. You become someone who carries stillness into every room you enter. You don't need to raise your voice to be heard. You don't need to explain yourself to be understood. Your presence speaks for you, and it says, "I am grounded. I am not here to argue. I am here to live wisely." Even in grief, calm doesn't disappear, it just changes shape. It becomes the quiet way you honor what was lost. The silent tears you let fall without shame, the breath you take in the middle of the night, reminding yourself that even pain has an end. Calm holds space for all of it. In joy, calm doesn't dim the excitement. It deepens it. Because you're not chasing the moment, trying to hold on to it before it slips away. You're simply in it, fully, gratefully, aware that everything beautiful is fleeting, and that's what makes it sacred. There will be days when you forget this, days when your patience is short and your mind is loud. That's okay. You're not failing. You're just human. The practice is in returning again and again to your breath, to your values, to your inner home. And every time you return, it becomes easier, not because the world is calmer, but because you are. That's the quiet reward of a calm mind. It gives you your life back, no longer ruled by fear or shame, no longer yanked around by noise or urgency, no longer fighting every fire or chasing every shadow, just here, awake, aware, and steady. You begin to see people differently. You notice their wounds, their rushing, their overwhelm, and instead of reacting, you feel compassion because you've been there too. You still visit sometimes, but now you know the way out. So, if you're still wondering how to stay calm, know this. It starts with a decision, a quiet vow to yourself, that you will not let the world steal your peace, that you will not hand your inner stillness over to things you can't control, that your calm is not a luxury, it's your strength. This isn't just self-help, it's self-respect. You don't need to master it overnight. Just begin. Choose one quiet moment each day, one breath, one pause, one graceful no, one mindful yes, one less reaction, one more reflection. And if that's all you manage today, it's enough. Let that be the path, one step at a time, because calm isn't something you arrive at. It's something you return to over and over until one day you realize you no longer need to fight for peace. You've become it. So here's to you, standing tall in a noisy world, rooted in the quiet power of presence. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how you find your calm, what helps you return to yourself. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more grounded, meaningful content. This space is for you. And wherever you are, whatever you're facing, remember, still waters run deep. You are not the storm. You are the sea beneath it. Here's to living with calm, on purpose,